90s Nickelodeon. They had some great shows back in the day, like Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life, and they also had some great sitcoms too. I'm going to go over those sitcoms with the top 5 90s Nickelodeon sitcoms. Here we go. Cousin Skeeter. Now, this show honestly feels like a fever dream to me. You know, something that looks like it came out of the 90s, but this show was basically just a puppet, and I guess it's basically about a puppet and this kid basically going throughout life and stuff like that. It's regular, you know, slice of life shows with a little bit of comedy, and of course, you know, with that 90s flair, it's a decent show at best. I mean, you can watch the show for yourself. It's actually on YouTube, but again, you know, this is what I'm putting at number 5 because again, it feels like a fever dream. It feels like something that you don't remember, but somehow you do. But yeah, Cousin Skeeter. I'm not really a big fan of this show, but it's okay. Now, I honestly feel really bad for putting all of that in 4th place. You know, this show honestly deserves number 1, but I already have a show for number 1. Either way, this show was hilarious. It was like a kid's version of SNL. And of course, you know, you have that 90s flavor to it. Absolute perfection. This show is basically full of skits, full of different comedy styles like Good Burger, the guy in the tub.
And now, all that presents a semi-educational moment. Everyday French with Pierre Escargot.
S'il te plaît, enlève ton banjo de mi nombril. Please remove your banjo from my belly button.
Again, most of these shows are on YouTube. You can watch them for free. But this show was basically the top of skit like comedy in the 90s for kids, you know. As for adults, you had Living Color, you have Saturday Night Live. This is a kid version of SNL, I guess. Either way, I honestly feel bad for putting this at number 4, but it has to go at number 4. Now, when it comes to sitcoms and sketches from the 90s, this one doesn't really get a lot of love, and I honestly don't understand why this show was hilarious as a kid. You know, they had a lot of skits for this show, and I honestly love it. And like I said before, you can watch all these shows on YouTube for free. But again, this one just has that 90s flair to it, and it's just overall funny to me. Now, when it comes to the adventures of Pete and Pete, I'd never really watched this show back in the day, but from what I've seen of it now, it seems like a pretty decent show. I mean, I don't really have much to say about it besides you can go watch it for yourself on YouTube, but it just seems like another one of those slice of life comedies, I guess. Alright, Kenan and Kel. Now, this is my favorite Nickelodeon sitcom as a kid. The show is always funny. Kenan and Kel were always getting into situations, you know, and I mean, Kel, he just makes the situation worse. This show is always going to be funny to me. This is my top Nickelodeon sitcom from the 90s, and if you guys made it this far, I greatly thank you for that. If you want to, leave a like. If you want to, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that, and I'll see you guys next time.
Soul making, sound shaking, earth quaking.